Hi everyone, I'm Jimaku Brimstone and welcome to Best Anime Series of 2024 Part 2. As usual, I'm going to recommend you some anime shows that I've enjoyed this season. This season is actually not that great, to be honest. Usually I have like 18 to 22 shows to recommend you. This time I've got only 14. So let's just start. Bartender Glass of God. This is one of the best shows this season. I was actually very surprised by it because I'm straight edge, so I don't drink alcohol, I don't do drugs, I don't smoke, I don't care about all that stuff. And this show, well, it's about bartending, so there's lots of alcohol, drinks, wine, whatever. But it was very interesting, especially when it comes to the characters, their motivations, their life. And well, this show is about this dude who's a bartender, Ryu. He has a troubled past. Something bad has happened, they won't tell you what until later. And there's this rich dude who wants to open up a bar, but he doesn't have a right bartender. Like, everyone is failing him and he wants to find a bartender that is going to make him the glass of God, so like the perfect drink. And this is basically a show about Ryo and that dude bickering about life, and also the old dude wants to hire Ryo, but Ryo is always nah. And watch this one because it's very interesting. It's about bartending, it's about connections to other people. You don't have to like or drink to enjoy this show, which is quite nice. That's why it was the biggest surprise for me. Yeah, great story, nice visuals, the music was also fine. I liked some of the secondary characters that I can't talk about because those videos are spoiler free. But yeah, fantastic work, easily 8 out of 10 show. It's not going to get a second season because it's a self-contained story, so it has the beginning, middle part and an end. So that's also another positive thing about it. We are not going to get 10 fucking seasons of blah blah blah. Just one season, every episode has some weight, has some interesting things happening. So yeah, go check this one out. It's very slow, you can chill out to this show, but there is also some drama, some slight comedy moments, and some very philosophical and serious conversations here as well. The next show, a salad bowl of Eccentrics, Henjin no salad bowl or bowl, whatever. This one was fantastic. I did not expect it to be good. Like, the first episode was like, this is weird. It's basically about this girl, Saya, and another girl whose name I forgot. What's her name? Let's check this out. Livia and Saya, and they come from a different world, so this is basically an isekai, but they come to our reality and they're going to have lots of interesting adventures. Like, for example, Livia is homeless because she can't make any money at the beginning. Then her story will more develop. And Sarah, well, she befriends this dude Sosuke and he's like private detective, and they're going to go and solve cases together, which is also hilarious. This show was very funny. It also had some heartwarming and wholesome moments, some drama here as well. I did not expect this one to be of such a high quality. The animation, the music, the characters, their motivations, the comedy here, it all works. Some of its moments reminded me of Saiki Kuzo no Psinan and Gintama, so yeah, this is a fantastic show. The biggest surprise to me, because Bartender was surprising because of its content, you know, like it has alcohol but it's still interesting. And this one, you know, from the first episode, and the graphics did not look like something special, but it is special, so I recommend it, go check it out. Next show, Ji-san, Ba-san, Wakageu, Grandpa and Grandma turn young again. Another fantastic show, which I didn't expect at all. This one is exactly what the title says it is. We've got this couple, Grandma and Grandpa, and they eat a golden apple, and because of that they turn young again. They know they don't have much time left on this earth, so it's like the last days of this couple, and we've got here so many wholesome moments, some hilarious stuff, great comedy, great jokes, some very romantic and philosophic moments as well. I must say that this show was also fantastic, and I'm not going to lie, it made me very sad at some point as well, you know, crying and such. But yeah, go check it out if you like slice of life and just something that doesn't have any ecchi elements, and it's like about family, relationships, being there for each other. It's just wholesome like every episode. Great stuff. Windbreaker. This one is about gangs and delinquents. So we've got Hayuka Sakuya, who comes to this new town and he's basically going to Fuing High School. It's basically a school for kids who are like against delinquents. So these are like delinquents that are good, they're going to help people, and he joins their school and he wants to be at the top of this organization. That's what the story about. But it's also about the characters and their motivations, their lives, what's happening here, the relationships, friendships, whatever. We've got some funny comedic moments, some great fighting scenes, you know, shonen stuff. We also have good animation, good music. Some of this show, I don't know why, reminded me of Blue Lock, like when it comes to the animation, not the story. But yeah, it's fun to watch. I hope it's going to get a second season. Will it? Yes, it will, next year. Nice! Because the story did not end. Like in the case of the previous shows I've talked about, the story is like finished, I think, but here I guess we're going to get like 3 or 4 seasons, at least 3 or 4 seasons, because I think this one has potential to have like 100 episodes. I wouldn't want it to have more. Like, finish the story, I want to know more about the characters, where is this whole thing going. I mean, we can deduce because it's like a shonen show, but who knows, maybe the creator is going to surprise us. This show, An Archdemon's Dilemma, How to Love Your Elf Bride. This one was actually a surprise as well to me. I did not expect to like it as much as I did. It's a show about the sorcerer Zeigan. He's like feared by people, like in this reality at least. Sorcerers are evil and you must beware of them or shit like that. And he meets this slave girl, Nefi, and he buys her for like 1,000,000 gold coins or whatever. He basically goes broke because of that, but he buys her and he gives her freedom because he is infatuated by her, you know. He falls in love with her. This is story about them and also about other characters. I must say that the beginning wasn't that interesting. I don't know, they don't have any pictures of this show? Why? And well, we also have Barbados, nice character. Chastil, nice as well. The main relationship, you know, between the characters is very interesting. I wish we had more scenes of them because it's moving very slowly. The secondary characters, the supporting cast is fantastic actually. We have some backstory to every character and their motivations. The animation was okay, same with the music. Yeah, nice show. Let's get that season 2. We need more of that stuff because this was wholesome, you know, it didn't have any ecchi elements, which I always appreciate that it doesn't have them. Remonster. Oh my god, this one on the other hand, it had some ecchi elements. It's basically about this dude, Tomoko Kanata, who dies in our reality and is reborn as a goblin, and he's going to be basically evolving very fast, and he wants, I don't know, take over the world or just build a new family for himself, you know, friends and such. So this show is very similar to that one about that slime, Rimuru or something like that, Rimuru, whatever. And well, Remaster was actually quite nice. I did enjoy most of it, but it had some annoying things. Let's start with the story. It was actually quite interesting where they're going with this. I guess it's going to get a second season. The main character is almost likable. He has some traits where I'm like, that's kinda sus, you know, Among Us reference. And well, I really dislike the fact that, again, the main character is like, he has that harem, you know, many women are after him. That's not realistic, and also it's kinda cringy to me. I'm more into two people loving each other than more people, you know. I will always think that it's wrong. I don't know why, I'm just wired like that. Remaster, besides that, has some nice humor here and there. Some cringy comedy as well, which you're going to be like, I don't want this. You're going to be like that sometimes. But overall, it was okay, you know, because this whole anime season, you know, we've got like 50 or 60 new anime, and from those 60 new anime that I've watched, only 14 were like, you know, watchable, like I've enjoyed them. This was one of the weaker shows, but I still did enjoy it, 7 out of 10. It's fine. Go check it out if you like those isekai shows where the main character is like weak at the beginning, then he will become stronger, and he has friends and adventures, rah rah rah, something like that. Let's move on. Wow! One room Hyatari Futsu Tenshitsuki. Taro Tokumitsu is a high schooler living all alone when he encounters a beautiful girl named Toa on his balcony. But who is she really? Well, she's an angel, which the fucking title spoils. So yeah, basically we've got this dude and he has an angel in his apartment, and this is a story about them. This one has some wholesome vibes, some romantic stuff between the main characters, and it's about their adventures. They meet more and more friends, mostly women, which again I do not appreciate, because this might lead to some harem situation later on, because I guess this show might get a second season. I don't know, it was fine. I did enjoy the wholesomeness, but the fact that again we've got like 3 or 5 girls that are like thinking, this dude is nice, well, I will always be against that. Besides that, it was funny. I don't know if this one had any ecchi moments, I don't think so, but it had some cool jokes. And again, the animation is okay, same with the music. I love this dude. The main characters are like working for him in a shop or something, and he's like rooting for the main character. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, this was okay, you know, just a show to watch when you're eating something or you're bored. Then it works, you know. Nothing is going to happen if you're going to skip this one, but it's also a good time. So yeah, check it out if you want. A Condition Called Love, Hana no Ikun Tokoi no Yamai. This one has some strong points and some weak points. So it's about this girl, Hotaru. She's 16 years old, she's going to high school, and well, she never felt in love, she never felt it, you know. She's like, what is love? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. So she's like that, she doesn't know. And basically this dude, Hananoi, he falls in love with her and they become a couple. And it's about their hardships in relationship, the good things, the bad things. And I must say that this show is actually quite realistic when it comes to portraying a guy in a relationship, because at least when I look at some of my ex-friends, you know, when they were in relationships, they were just so possessive, so obsessed only about their girlfriends, like they wouldn't hang out with you anymore, they would just think about that girl. And this main character, you know, the dude here, sometimes he feels to me like I feel this character is so toxic sometimes. Like, he's supposed to be this good dude, but some things he's doing in this show, they were creepy to me. Like, he was a creep. Some moments here I was like, oh my god, why isn't Hotayu running away? Because I would run away from him. Like, his love is kinda dangerous, I think. Like, in real life, this wouldn't end, you know, with a happy ending. I don't think so. You know, I had those thoughts in my head as I was watching this show, like, not good. But also some other stuff was actually very nice. And the last 2 episodes were very wholesome, very positive, I must say. You know, those are the good vibes, you know. And the first 6 episodes had some bad vibes in them, like, I was like, whew. But yeah, go check this one out to see at least how the drama romance stuff is portrayed here, because it looks slightly different, you know, from the other romantic anime shows. At least that's the vibe I'm getting from this show. Chilling in another world with level 2 super cheat powers, you know, mate. So this one is about Banaza, a humble merchant. Summoned to another world. Oh yeah, now I remember. This dude gets summoned to another world as a hero candidate, but they think he's a screw up because he doesn't have any mana or something. I don't even remember, but they tell him basically to fuck off, and he walks to a forest, and by accident he kills like some demon lord henchman who was very important, you know, some like demon's king right hand man or something like that. Then he is attacked by a Fenrir, who is actually this girl in the picture. What's her name? I forgot. Let's check out. Fenris. And they basically become married, and it's a show about their adventures. And I must say that this show was a big surprise, because I was expecting lots of ecchi elements and stupid dialogues, and instead, while we do have some awful ecchi elements, we also get some wholesome moments. Probably one of the best things I have ever seen in a romantic show, anime show, is that the main character is not interested in any other girl, because usually when you have a comedy and it's fantasy and it's romance, slice of life, you have those, you know, triangles or foursomes or whatever, you know, you've got 1 dude, 3 girls, 5 girls, 10 girls, and here he only cares about the 1 girl. He does not give a fuck about anyone else, and also the other women do not pursue him, which is very, very rare in an anime setting. So this was actually refreshing to watch, because it didn't annoy me, because those elements that I hate, you know, those threesomes, when more than 1 person is going after someone, I just don't like that drama. In real world, people just make a decision, and if they don't, then I don't consider them humans. This show was fantastic when it comes to the relationship between the main characters here, and also the story was quite interesting. The secondary characters, fantastic. The music nice, same with the animation. I must say that this show had almost only good vibes, if we don't count some of the ecchi stuff. And the last 2 episodes, you know, I think they were in that stupid place, you know, where people take a bathhouse or whatever. I was like, this could have been something else. Not a big fan of that. But besides all of that, I did enjoy this show a lot. Who knows, maybe we're going to get a 2nd season. I wouldn't be angry about that. And at the same time, I feel like I only want to see the main characters happy, you know, without any 3rd wheel or triangle. I don't want to see that shit. So it was a fun show for sure. Let's move on to Kaiju number 8. Another action with some horror elements type of a show. It's about people fighting kaijus, and there are so many. Kaijus are basically monsters. There's this big powerful organization, Japan Defense Force, JDF, however I pronounce that, who fights them. And we've got this dude who is called Kafka Hibino, and he gets enlisted even when he is old, and well, his fighting skills are bleh. But he wants to fight because his childhood friend Mina Ashio is in the Japan Defense Force, and she's very tough, and he basically wants to fight alongside her against the monsters, the kaiju, and that's the main plot for this show. And we also have some cool side plots that are very interesting. The secondary characters are almost as good as the main ones. I truly enjoyed this show. It has some shonen elements, and they say here it's a comedy show. I wouldn't say it has that much comedy. Like, the main character has some moments where he's the comedy relief, but besides that, this is a serious show. We've got some horror elements, some gore stuff. I don't want to spoil more because I've started watching this thinking it's going to be like 5 out of 10, but actually with every new episode it was just getting better and better, and I've truly enjoyed the ending, and I want more. I expect more of this show, season 2, maybe season 3, why not? Let's do it. Kaiju number 8, fantastic show if you enjoy action and sci-fi stuff, and kaijus. No, I'm not a big fan of shows where they fight against monsters, but here it works and it's interesting. The New Gate. This one is like Sword Art Online all over again, but it starts actually quite interesting because it starts when they clear the death game. You know, the main character, Shinya Kitani, finish the game and all of the players log off except him. He wants to log off, but instead he like falls asleep and he wakes up 500 years into the game and he cannot leave the game. There is no logout button, and he just finds himself in this new reality. He just wants to see if some of his friends are still alive and what is happening with this world. And I must say that this story was actually quite intriguing. It's not finished, so they need to make season 2, but from what I have seen here, this is actually quite nice. It could become something special. It also might be ruined in season 2, we don't know. But this one was actually quite nice. You know, it gives you good vibes if you watched Sword Art Online. Some positive stuff. You know, I really enjoyed the main romantic plot between the characters. The motivation of the main character, which is to basically come back home, because while he loves this fantasy world, he also wants to go to school and to see his girlfriend and family, stuff like that. Great show. While it's not the most original premise, it does work here. Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, second season part 2. I only remember that I've talked about this show here like twice at least, because I did enjoy second season because of the romance between the main characters. I wasn't a big fan of season 1 because the main character, well, he did some questionable stuff, to say the least. Here he behaves better, and I do enjoy the plot. We had some serious losses this season. This one is basically about a dude. If you didn't watch my previous best anime show videos, this is about this dude, Eudeus Gayat. He was a bum in his second life. He never left his room, and he didn't care about his family, and he's born into a new family in isekai world, and he wants to do better. And in one season he was like traveling because his dick couldn't get hard, which, this is not a joke, this actually happened. Like, they've made an entire season about that, and it was cringy to say the least, but well, it's also a problem for some guys, so I don't know what to say. That was a weird motivation to have, you know, in an anime show. I would not expect it, you know, from anything, but it happened. And now this season was basically about Eudeus Gayat fighting for his family, trying to help his father. That's what this part 2 was about. and it had some wholesome moments, some funny moments, some sadly ecchi moments. I did enjoy the ending. I wonder where all of this is going, because it ended wholesome, you know, like it's okay. I wonder what will be the third season about. I do recommend this show if you have lots of free time and you just want to see the adventures of this character. As I reincarnated Aristocrat, I'll use my appraisal skill to rise in the world. Tensei Kizoku Kantei skill de Nayagayo. This show, again, isekai. So many isekais, like, I don't know, when did isekai became so popular, like in 2016, 17, 18? I am not sure, because before 2016 or 15, I think that there were no isekai shows, like no isekai shows, like whatsoever. I also have a theory that all of those isekai shows are basically made for people who are depressed in their corporate jobs and want to commit suicide, but they have those shows thinking that if you work hard and die, there is still a second life where you can be happy and like be fulfilled. But that's a lie. There is no afterlife, there is no God or Satan. You are going to die just by working in a corporate bullshit company, and you're going to lose your time, everything, just so you can survive. Yeah, life is brutal, life is hard. I know that you didn't expect me talking about such serious topics in an anime video, but yeah, life is hard. We need to get some rest from time to time, and the life is not about money or work. It's about doing the things you love. And I know that we need money and work to do the things we love, but we have to be moderate with the work and the money, you know. Just focus on things that we enjoy the most, so we won't be sad when we are old and decrepit. Going back to this show, so this show is basically about a dude who lived an ordinary life and then he died and he is reincarnated as a noble, a child, and he has a skill called Appraisal. This skill helps him to see the strengths of people and their potential of who they could become in the future. So this kid is basically going throughout his city and then the world, trying to find the most talented people, and he befriends them and helps them live a better life. So that's like a positive attitude, positive thing. I did enjoy this show. It has lots of wholesome moments. It had a very sad scene in the middle, but I'm not going to talk about that. But it's a very good show. I want more. I want second season. I want to know where all of this is going and if the main character is going to succeed. So that's it. And the last show today, the 13th anime, again isekai show. So I was reincarnated as the 7th prince, so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability. Another show about a dude who was a sorcerer. From what I remember, he was poor and he was basically burned alive in the first episode because of being poor. So I was like, why? Why would you start your anime with that? And he is reborn as a noble, you know, like king's son or some shit, and he only thinks about magic, you know, and he wants to study magic. And in the first episode, I can spoil that because it's the first episode, he's going to basically win a fight about Asmodeus or something like that, some fucking demon, and he's like, become my familiar, we're going to have lots of adventures together. And well, basically him and the demon are going through the world searching for more magic and having adventures. And this show, well, it's funny, it has some funny moments, the main character is likable, this maid is very strong. That's what I remember about that character. Here we see the brother of the main character, he's also quite nice. This is a nice show, but as you can see, sadly, it has some ecchi scenes. Blech. Besides that, it's good. It's good. I wonder where all of that stuff is going. Let's have season 2. Why not? Why not? Oh, we're going to get one. Nice. As you can see, people are divided about this show. Yeah, it's fine. If they would throw out the ecchi elements, it would be even better. I don't know if it's a harem because the dude is not interested in any relationships or sexual activities, but women are interested by him. I don't know why. that stuff is added into the show. I wonder if Japanese men have so much insecurities about themselves that in animes we've got those shows that, you know, the dude is like liked by all of the women and it's like a fantasy, and I don't know, you know, normal people don't enjoy or need that sort of attention or whatever. So it always looks to me out of place, and I feel like this always ruins my immersion in a show because this is not real life. It would not happen. So stop doing it because it's weird to me. It's weird to me, it's off-putting. So yeah, not a big fan of that. But besides that, this is a nice show. Let's get a second season. I'm looking forward to it. That was the best anime series of 2024 part 2 video. Thanks for watching. Sorry for my voice today, but my throat is hurting. I don't know, I'm always sick when I'm doing those videos. It's like a fucking tradition or something already, but in the future, with part 3, hopefully the next season is going to be better, you know, better animes are going to come out, but who knows what future is going to bring. We don't know. I will see you in my other videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram, links in the description. Bye!